Hey, Broken World Entertainment, and with all the movies coming out where characters, particularly male characters, are gender swapped, look no further than Ocean's 8, I believe it was called. Even though they are meant to be the relations to the male characters, it was still a remake with all the females. And of course, the one that kicked it all off, Ghostbusters 2016. Someone has finally come out and started to call this out. And that person is none other than Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot. That's right, she's calling this out. So the Heart of Stone star, Heart of Stone is her new movie coming to Netflix, which is a big action movie, rallies against Hollywood's obsession with gender swapping male characters. And she makes a good point how she says to stop doing it and why it makes no sense. So Gal Gadot has already played some tough female characters on screen, and in Heart of Stone, she is adding another action heroine to her roster of impressive roles. Her role of intelligence operative Rachel Stone is one that is already being compared to being the female James Bond. But while there may be similarities between the two, Gadot is not on board with the Hollywood trend of taking male role and gender swapping it. For that reason, she wanted to make sure that Rachel Stone was a character built on her own DNA. So, speaking with Total Film ahead of the action movie's release, Gadot addressed the way Hollywood is constantly taking male movie characters and gender swapping them without thinking about how the characters should be different beyond just their gender. She said of Heart of Stone, "I wanted to show a great story about a female character who was doing it in the action genre, right? She is thriving, but at the same time, how many times have they just switched gender? They take a story that all about the men. I think that's supposed to say is all about the men. It just says that all about the men, and they just change it to a woman, and then go shoot it. To me, it was so important in the DNA to make Heart of Stone a little different, because men and women are different. They're built differently. They operate differently." That comes from Wonder Woman. And that last part of what she said, they're built differently and operate differently because men and women are different, she's probably going to get the Twitter mob coming after her. All the little wokies will be all furiously typing on their phones to say, "How dare you? Retract what you said. How dare you? You transphobe." I guarantee you that's coming. But she's absolutely right. Why can't you build a character from the ground up? Everyone keeps pointing, "Oh, it's time we have a female James Bond." Well, newsflash to you, jackasses. If you get a female James Bond, it's not James Bond. So why can't people understand this? It's so stupid. And she's absolutely right. They are different, built differently, and operate differently. Which is why it's also frustrating when you see a 5 foot nothing, 100 pound soaking wet at best woman take on a 6'3", 230 pound dude built like a house, and she takes him down with ease. It's so frustrating. But there you go, Gal Gadot is calling it out and saying basically, come up with new characters. And she couldn't be more right. And with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.